Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Lisa Cotter and today we're doing the Get to Know Me video. This video is inspired by Amanda Colours, a fellow YouTuber who recently did this video and had 20 questions. And she allowed others to join in. So I thought this would be a great opportunity for you all to get to know me a bit better, since I am a new channel and some of people do know me, others may not, and I thought it'd be great. And while I'll answer these questions, I will be colouring in the Matchstick Mouse, a floral colouring book by Morgan O'Brien. This is, I think, the latest book, and looking through these look fairly easy for me, but I thought I'd do this little one with the roses. I thought it'd be really cute, and I'm just using the pencils I've got out on my desk, which is my Artex colour pencils, so I hope that's okay. So I'll colour or do my best to colour while I answer these questions. Now, I thought I might add in some little bit of extra info as well, so that relate to the questions, as well as maybe I'll have some photos pop up, but I'll edit those in tomorrow when I go to edit this video. So I thought we'd get started. So looking at, first off, let's look at the little mouse is brown, so with the little orange hat. So I thought I'd try and match this little brown mouse. He's got a little worm down there. I think it's a worm. And so I've got all the browns out. And if you've watched my funny video of how my desk looks when I colour in, it slightly gets like that when I colour in. But anyway, I thought I'd do this page. So now let's get started. And I'll try and concentrate while I'm colouring, because it's hard to colour and talk at the same time. But now, my name is Lisa Cotter, as you all know, and I'm a mum of 7 children. My eldest is actually 26 and my youngest is 2. So my eldest has moved out. He's living by himself now, and my youngest is asleep. That's why I can do this video. So we're a large family, so that keeps me very busy. And my husband and I met in 2002 on a MMO called EverQuest Online, and we're in the same guild, and that's how we met. So we talked for over a year. We weren't sort of serious, it was more just friendly talk. And then because he didn't really believe I was a girl, and then he rang me one night and we sort of became a couple. So and now we've been together 19 years. Our wedding anniversary, or we've been married 19 years. Our wedding anniversary was on the 6th of March, which was lovely. So my funny saying is, couples that game together stay together. May not always be true, but no, that's a little bit of information about me. And the first question was, where do you live? So I live in a place called Aldinga Beach. It's in South Australia. It's about 45 minutes from the city, and it's a seaside little town. I've lived here all my life. We have the ocean on one side, and then on the other we have sort of the rolling green hills, which is a really pretty sort of area. And then we have one of the last beaches in South Australia that you can drive on. So it's very popular, especially in summer, with all the tourism, but our area's gone from a very quiet place to very busy. So, but this area used to be dirt tracks, and no one really wanted to live here, and now it's like everyone wants to live here. Not complaining, but yeah, so that's where I live. Now, the next question is, when did you start colouring? So I actually started colouring on May the 13th, 2021. And I know this date because I actually wrote it down. So that shows you how much it meant to me. So that was the first day, actually, I posted my first ever coloured pencil picture onto Sarah Renee Clark's page, her Facebook group, and I was super proud of it, and I didn't really know what I was doing. I might put a picture up in the so you can see what my first ever image was. But yeah, so I've been colouring since there, and been a member of Sarah Renee Clark's Facebook group for 2 years now. She was one of the first YouTubers I found and got really inspired, and then I went on her page to find out a bit more about pencils, and everyone was posting these colouring pages, and I thought, I'm not going to do that. And then I thought, oh, maybe I could. And Lily was only a month old. That was my youngest. So when she was asleep, I'd sit and colour at my desk with her in her little bedding there next to me. And she used to fall asleep to Chris Chang's tutorials. She used to love the music. So that's what was my intro to adult colouring back then. Now, it says the third question is, why did you start your YouTube channel? So my YouTube channel is only recently made, and I have wanted to actually do a YouTube channel for about a year now, and I just didn't have the courage to do it. But for me, I don't just do adult colouring. I also do art. So I wanted a channel where I could show my artwork as well as do videos to do with colouring. And I wanted to do tutorials. So that was one of my main focuses of having a YouTube channel. So because I always think other people can learn, and you shouldn't stop learning, no matter what age you are. Learning doesn't stop when you finish school. And I can tell you now, I've probably learnt more in my life out of school than I did when I was at school. And I am self-taught. So I just believe everyone can learn to draw and colour in. And that's sort of why I made a channel, so others can actually be inspired to do what I do. I love it. So, and I know my channel's only new, so I hope with what I can actually teach with my tutorials, other people can find useful. So that is why I started my channel. The next question is, other than colouring, what do you like to do in your free time? And I have actually printed this all out and actually answered them. And I will be putting this into a file. And my answer was, what free time? Being a mum of 7, I don't get much free time. And it is true, I don't. But I do like gaming when I get the time. As I said, I met my husband on EverQuest. I used to play WoW very heavily. And I like gaming. I'll be playing this month a little bit of Diablo, the latest one. I think it's Diablo 4 with my son and husband. and I just play casually now. So if I get the time, I like to game. I also like to read. Usually when I'm in bed, I like to lay and read. And usually in the winter months, I get into really reading. I like historical, old-fashioned novels and history, that sort of thing. But most of the time, it's something creative that I get into if in my spare time. But yeah, so that is what I do in my spare time. And then the next question is, what do I do for work? So I currently am a carer for my son. My second eldest has autism, and he homeschools, so he's home all the time. And so he's schooled with a place that does schooling online, and so I'm here taking care of him, and it's hard at times. So that's pretty much, I'm home being his carer. So it isn't easy. You don't get much free time. We sort of can't go on holidays and things like that. I did actually last year get away with my parents for a bit of a break. I really needed it. But Joel can't handle leaving the house. So it's sort of like I'm home. And so colouring and doing art is a really good outlet for me, to just clear my head and get a bit of a break, to do something other than just being mum. I know that not many people would understand that feeling, but yeah, it makes it difficult when you have that sort of problem going on and you're sort of stuck at home all the time, and it makes you sort of, you don't get as much company, you know. I can't just go out and and have coffee and things with people. I've got to be home with Joel, but we've sort of gotten used to it, and he's 16 now, and it's just every year it changes. So that's what I do. So then the next one was, what are 3 random facts about me? So as I said, I actually always sketched ever since I was little. I love drawing. But back in the year 2000, no, it would have been 1998, I was playing a game called Realm Online. It was the first ever game I'd play, and it was done by Sierra. And I met a group of girls who had these pixel art dolls. Now, I don't know if anyone else has heard of them. They used to be coined in as palace dolls. So I got into drawing pixel art, and I had a website called Heart's Desires Fantasy, and it was basically all fantasy sort of images that I used to draw with pixel art. And back then it was not as many people online, and I used to make games where it was like a doll maker, where you could drag a background, and then you'd have drag the doll over, because I used to make the bases and the hair and everything separate. And my boys used to sit and play it, funny enough. And you could drag it over and dress your doll, sort of like paper dolls, I guess you could call it. And so my hard drive is filled with hundreds of these little dolls that I've made and bases that I've made. So I used to do that, and on my DeviantArt page you can still find all the pixel art dolls I did, as well as the bases, which everyone can use for free. I don't charge for any of that sort of thing. I'm happy for anyone to actually just use those, because I like doing it. And sorry, there's a little bug. I don't know what it's doing. So yeah, so I used to do that as a hobby. And the next one I'll say is the third fact would be my favourite colours are purple, blue and pink. Yeah, that's easy. So I'm going to actually move my questions here. So see, I've actually printed them out, and just so I remember, I'm having to put them up there. I'm sorry, guys. I hope that's okay. So the next question is number 7, which is, what is your favourite colouring book right now? And that's pretty easy. That one would be Luna by Maria Troll. I just love that book at the moment. I don't know what it is. I have really enjoyed it. And I actually have enjoyed using the Black Widow pencils in that book. So yeah, I really enjoy that book. That would have to be just one of my favourites. I have Circle of Life. That will always be one of my favourites. My ultimate favourite book, which I haven't done a ton in, and it was one of my first ever books. Actually, I have a second copy, so I have done quite a bit, but is World of Flowers by Johanna Basford. That would probably be one of my ultimate favourites. But yeah, at the moment, it's definitely my Luna book by Maria Troll. And what is your favourite colouring medium right now? And that is so easy to answer, coloured pencils. And I think it has been an addiction for me, coloured pencils, ever since I was a little girl. I used to collect pencils when I was a little girl, and here I am an adult still collecting pencils. But I just love coloured pencils. I find it great. They're now looked more upon as an art medium, because it used to be that pencils were definitely not an art medium, and I know there's many artists out there that would say no, they're not a proper art medium, but I love them. They're portable, they're pretty tidy, apart from your walls when your little ones get to them. Yes, don't ask. I'll put a funny photo in here and you'll get what I'm talking about. Gumption cleans it off, and spray and wipes, I've heard. But anyway, pencils are really an easy medium for anyone to get into, and you don't have to spend a ton to make the most beautiful artwork with them. You can colour in, you can draw. People do the most amazing, which I'm blown away with, portraits with just Crayolas. So of course, you know, it's a great medium, and I think it'll always be my favourite. I do love markers, and I love gel pens, and I love everything. I love all art mediums, but I always go back to coloured pencils. So the next question, which is number 9, is how many colouring books have you completed? And this is a very easy question for me. I've completed none. I hope to complete the Johanna Basford colouring planner. Can that actually be classed as a book? I guess it can be. But I hope to complete that this year. But I'm not sure if I'll ever get a book completed with how many books I have. I might get these types of books completed because they are pretty simple. They're not really difficult ones to do, this size. But yeah, I'm not sure if I'll ever complete a colouring book the way I go. But yeah, I've completed none. And do you have any secret skills? And I don't think I make it a secret, the different skills I have. So I'm a beginner with watercolours. I do love doing watercolours. I have self-taught myself to use alcohol markers. I love my alcohol markers, and if you ever want any tutorials on alcohol markers, I'm happy to help you with there. I make my own artwork. I love to draw. I love to do pixel art, and one hidden thing is I like to restore my child dolls. Now, there's never been a doll since that I loved as much as those dolls back in the 80s. So yeah, that's my hidden talents. And again, number 11 question, do you collect anything? And I do. I collect coffee, tea and sugar type jugs. I've gotten some really interesting ones. I've got some different plates. I also like those little old-fashioned miniature paintings. I actually went to a big garage sale down here, and a lady was selling them all, so I collected quite a few there, as well as decorative plates, and of course my child dolls. And I also collect tins, so I've got some from the 1950s and 60s from my aunt and Jamie Oliver tins and things like that. So I collect those sort of things, as well as pencils. Like, come on, you'd have a field day in my art room. So I'll just take this off here because I've actually come up to the second page. So number 12 is, what is your greatest accomplishment in life so far? Now, I know you guys are probably going to think I am so corny and, you know, and here's that thing again, I'm just a mum, which that is my main thing. I am a mum. I love being a mum. My greatest accomplishment out of everything that I've ever done is having my children. And I know that sounds corny, but that first moment when you hold your baby in your arms, there is nothing like it. You've never felt love like it is when you hold your little one in your arms for the first time. And I am so blessed with all my children. So yeah, so that was what I feel accomplished, having all my children, because I'm so blessed. I'm an only child, so I'm making up for it. That's my saying. So what is your favourite childhood memory? So this one is really hard for me because I had a wonderful childhood. I have a very close-knit family, so it's always got to be something to do with my grandparents and family. And they're all gone now, so I cherish those little memories I have of spending time with my grandparents and my auntie and uncle and my nana, and going on church camps with my family. I really enjoyed going on the church camps and just the little things. That's what I cherish most about my childhood. I was very lucky. So what are you passionate about? This is question number 14. So I have broached on this before about being creative. So creative being is art, drawing, making something, sewing. It could be anything. Arts and crafts, I guess. And I love everything creative, and I feel everyone can learn to do it. It's something worth learning. I don't care what age you are. I think being able to sit and actually do something, feel you've accomplished something by just sitting there and enjoying it. And as I said in the past, learning doesn't end when you finish school. We have, you know, you can learn something new every day. So, you know, that's what I'm passionate about. I'd love other people to be passionate about doing art and not feel that it's a chore or a job, that it's just something worth doing because it's something you enjoy. So yes, that was that one. So number 15 is, what is something that always makes you smile? And another corny one is waking up every morning, and I co-sleep with Lily, but usually she'll wake up and give me the biggest, slopperiest kiss, or if mummy's a bit naughty and sleeps in and I get up, and she'll run up the hallway and yell out for mummy. But it does make my mornings brighter. I know noisier, but there's nothing like it. So the next one is name 3 colouring books that are on your wish list. So this is question number 16. So 3 of them are Aries, Romantic Country, A Third Tale. Now this is on Amazon Australia, but they want like $80 or $90, and I'm not really in the position to pay that sort of money. So that one I will probably not get for a long time unless the prices come down. The next one is Tales from the City Among the Stars by Hannah Carlson. I know that's one of her newer ones, I believe. I may be wrong. Do correct me if I'm wrong. But that book looks really interesting, and it looks to be a nice size and isn't too expensive. So, and the third book isn't released yet. It's Small Victories by Johanna Basford, and it's not released until later this year. So that one doesn't even have a pre-purchase. So I know in America I think you can, but not in Australia at the moment. And what is your favourite random fact? That is question number 17. So the word art comes from the Latin word of ars, which means skill, craft or technique. So there you go. That's a random fact about the word art. And I thought it was suitable for this questionnaire. 18. What colouring book do you wish existed? And that's a really hard one. But I thought a colouring book that is sort of 3D. There's an image that came up on my Facebook where it's like flowers and there's a whirlpool in the middle and it's going down and it actually looks 3D. I might post a picture of it if I can. I'm not sure who actually did the image, but it literally looks as if you could fall down this area, and I think that would be the most amazing colouring book to colour in, or sit there and draw it, because it would be really interesting. But a 3D, something different. But really, I think all the colouring books I have are amazing, so that's a really hard question. I'm not sure I answered it as correctly as I could. So the next question is, what is a challenge you've faced and overcome? So it's basically getting the courage to actually make a YouTube channel. I do get very, outwardly, people think I'm very confident, and I do sound very confident. But I was very nervous to try and make a YouTube channel. I thought, oh no, I have nothing to offer and no one's going to like my channel. And my son kept saying, come on, you got to do a YouTube channel. And I thought, okay, I'm going to do this. So he sat down and taught me how to use a program, and I did my first video. And I think I'm getting better each video, though I've had to cut and chop things out. But it's having the courage to actually make this YouTube channel, and I think I've overcome it now. I think I'm doing pretty good. I know it's only early days. So number 20 is, what is the strangest food combination you enjoy? And I'm not sure I have really any strange food combinations, but I guess you could say one of them would actually have to be, I like honey chicken and I like my fried rice, but I like satay sauce on top as well. I know that sounds terrible, but that was the 20 questions. And as you can see, I got the mouse done. He looks cute. So I got 20 questions done. So they were actually, some of them were really difficult to answer. And I know this video has probably gone on far too long for a lot of people. But thank you so much, Amanda Colours, for these 20 questions. They were really creative. And in the description below, I will have a link to Amanda Colours' video where you can find the 20 questions. And why don't you let me know a random fact about you in the comments below for a bit of fun, so we all get to know each other. And I hope you like this video, and I hope I haven't rambled on too often. And as you can see, a lot of my comments was to do with my children, because they do mean a lot to me. And I will pop some different photos and things throughout the video as well. And I will get this finished. It was a little bit of fun. It's cute. It's definitely a cute little book. And so thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, why not press like and subscribe, and hit that bell button to be notified when I do a new video. And take care and have a lovely day.